in order for us to actually get out and shovel out the doors, the snow is up against them. We can't open them. So we're going to have to jump out the window and dig ourselves out that way. Welcome back to the Colorful House saga. This week we experienced a gargantuan level bomb cyclone, historic record-setting blizzard for our home state of Rhode Island. It dumped over 3 feet, 3.5 feet in some areas. We actually had to jump out of our back window and wade ourselves through the snow, hop over the fence, and shovel ourselves out. It was insane. We were very grateful and fortunate that we had heat and hot water for the entire time, and that wasn't true for the rest of the state. You know, about half of us were without heat, hot water, and power until about Thursday. So that's a pretty long time. And school has been out now for 2 weeks because they just came off February break on that Sunday. That Sunday night was when we got the blizzard, and it just kept getting delayed and canceled every day leading up to Friday. So fingers crossed that everybody can get back to their usual schedules this upcoming weekend. There were already some cancellations for events that were going on. Anthony had a wrestling tournament, and that's been canceled for today, which is a bummer, but obviously there's nowhere to park and we have to be safe. That being said, we have committed ourselves to doing something around this house, whether it's a large project or a small project, each week. So we wanted to shell out and make something happen, which we did. I'm excited to show you what we were up to this week. Roll the clips. Thanks to the dads of YouTube, we learned 2 new things this week. The first one was I had put out a short clip from last week's video asking about why they call a stud a stud. I was understanding, and Anthony was explaining, that we needed to use a stud finder to find where we could appropriately drill holes to hang these shelves. And I was wondering, what's the difference between a stud and a beam? Because I would think a beam would be a more appropriate term for something that holds it up. But I learned that a beam does exist. A beam is just horizontal and a stud is vertical. There's a lot more to it. That's me just creating a quick spark notes of the description or of the answer that I was given, but I will put it right here because I thought it was very interesting. And then the second thing we learned, thanks to Mark, hi, if I'm paraphrasing this incorrectly, please let me know in the comments, but you told me today that older houses, when they built the studs into the wall, they would sometimes wrap them in a tinfoil like package, like a burrito, like a beam burrito, them in tinfoil. And sometimes that can be challenging for the stud finder to actually pick up where the stud is, because the tool that we purchased last week at Lowe's is apparently a very reputable one. So I don't know. I can't see into the walls, so I guess we'll never know, but it is interesting to learn. The more you know. We are currently experiencing a historical event here in New England, here at the Color House. This is the blizzard of 2026. It is blizzarding out there. The wind is just whooshing in every direction. It's complete whiteout. It's like 4 o'clock and it's finally time to face the music. We procrastinated getting out there for as long as we could because of the conditions of the wind. But we got to get cracking on it because this just keeps rising and rising and rising. This window doesn't have a screen on it, so this is going to be our best bet. Kind of fun. Kind of crazy. Yeah. Ironically, I just noticed Dave is out there working in the driveway. We love Dave. We love you, Dave. Thank you so much for your service because this is insane. Anthony had to go first, and I'm so mad I made a boomer mistake, and it wasn't recording. So now it's my turn to take the L. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh my God. Holy shnikes. This is wild. Oh man, this is not going to be fun to clean, but it's going to be fun to frolic in. Oh, heck yeah. Wahoo! Okay. Coming for you. You can just hang there for a minute. Get an idea of how much snow there really is. Okay. Onward. I'm coming, Anthony. Wild. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Yes. You shall not pass. Hi, Aunt. Yeah, I will hop the fence. Crazy. We did jump out the window.
You were too snowed in.
Oh, it got caught in my pants. I'm fine. This got caught in my pants.
Trying to get one pass up there for now, then I'll be back tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Anthony's car has a lot more than mine. I mean, mine still has a lot on it. That's so incredibly neighborly and so kind, and he doesn't have to do that. I should ask him if he liked the beer. I'm assuming he did because he came back. When New England does. Great first year as homeowners. We only really saw our yard for a couple weeks after moving in here. So it'll be great in the spring when this melts, like in May, to see what our yard actually looks like. How you feeling, Aunt?
Good. Gonna work out.
Not one plow has been able to come through today because there's so much of it. The visibility was absolute garbage. So pretty much everything is going to be shut down in our state for tomorrow also, unless you're an essential worker like my mother, who stayed 1.5 miles away from her workplace because she has to be in. And the motel that she stayed at, they didn't have anyone to plow either. She got stuck, was able to get a stranger that was outside, luckily happenstance, to push her back in. And now she has to stay another night at the motel and hopefully can make it to work tomorrow. That's wild. Shout out to my mom for being super scrappy and in desperation for wanting coffee and having no coffee machine because this motel was pretty questionable. Oh, okay. Try that again. The motel was pretty questionable. So she did some MacGyver stuff, took a face cream jar, cleared it out, poked some holes, and strained the K-cup pod that she had in her bag for work. Because, like I said before, where there's a will, there's a way. We'll check back in with you later. So this is the end of the driveway that Dave plowed, so it goes that way, but this is the main road. That's the main road. I don't think we'll be leaving the house for a few days. Clearing off the vents to make sure that we are safe. How was that?
Oh, cold.
Anthony, what did you just discover?
We have a screen. Look at this. Folds down from up here.
No way, I've never seen anything like that.
Needs to get cleaned a little bit, but looks good.
That's cool. Excuse the lack of microphone. I'm gonna adjust the audio as much as I possibly can. Today I dropped my phone in a bunch of water, so hopefully this video will even get up. We'll see. But anyway, this is the plan for the night. I've been thinking about different ways that we can pizzazz this, make this fun, and honestly just get rid of this. These things are kind of hanging on. They can honestly go, but there are a couple items that serve a purpose being in here, and we want to be able to honor that and make use of the closet. Whether or not it ends up being for storage or for clothes, doesn't matter. It just needs to look better. There's nothing that's really stood out to me as far as a closet door and how to make it work well with this room, but then I was thinking, why don't I make my own? Since this is the retro room, I think it only serves best that we make beaded curtains. Oh yeah, why not? They're fun. We get to do it ourselves, put a little bit of love and infusion in our room, and you know what? If they suck and they don't look good, we'll just get different ones. So here's the plan. Because we had such a large snowstorm this week, we weren't able to order things, go shopping, find items for the house. So we're just gonna roll the dice, let the chips fall where they may, and we're gonna go to the dollar store. Whatever beads they have, whatever twine they have, that's what we're gonna get. And we're gonna let the universe decide what this store is gonna look like, which I think is fun. Leaving it up to chance, letting the energies infuse, and it will be the perfect fit no matter what, because I believe what's meant for you won't pass you. It will probably be a time-consuming project, but it's not gonna be difficult, which has been kind of the theme of this entire house, which I really love because we're putting our blood, sweat, and tears in it, but we're making it things that we can actually achieve with the current skill sets that we have. Just wait. The longer we're in this house, the longer we're adults that own a home, we're gonna learn some cool stuff and make some cool stuff happen. I believe some of the simplest things, like painting a wall and putting some beads on your curtains, can change the vibe of the entire place. So that's what we're currently doing. We're gonna run to the store, see what they have, and then we're gonna go out to dinner tonight to support the local economy, because a lot of these restaurants, businesses in general, were closed for a couple days, and that really makes an impact long term. So we're gonna do a little bit of what we can, have some fun, have some dinner, and then retreat to the couch to assemble this thing. And in true fashion, I'm gonna make it a challenge. So here are the rules. Number 1, all items must come from the dollar store. That's it. That's the rule. So let's go. Here at Dollar Tree, we have one rule. Everything has to come from the store. So let's figure out if we can find a beam, some twine, some beads, and some fancy stuff. I already see some of these. I want to make my own. I don't want them to look like this, but I think we're in the right area. So we need to look for a giant thing of beads, twine, and I think we might go with a plunger for the rod part of it. Maybe some hooks too. Maybe we can put in the nails, you can hang them up. But what do you see? Do you see any twine? Twine and beads. I have some ideas. To hang the beads, to string them, we need something thin and tiny. There's this clear stretch cord that might do it. There's also some twine down here, but I think it's going to be too thick. The only beads that I can find, which we're going to have to go to a different dollar store to see what else, have very tiny openings. It will fit with this, not with the twine. So now we just got to figure out, because this is 16 feet, how many to grab. And what do you think we should get? Okay, I'll get 6 just to be safe. Okay, 6 of these. Now let's see if we can find a plunger or something for a rod before we leave the store. We've got 2 separate ideas here of how we can make this curtain rod. We found plungers. They've got the wooden stake here. They're pretty short, so we're gonna have to go with 2. My thought is that we take this part off, we're gonna have to break it, and then we Gorilla Glue and fashion these 2 together so that it looks wooden. Might be the move. It's rounded here, so it's not ideal. We don't know if it's flat or not. We don't know if it's flat or not. We'll find out once we get home and see. Other idea over here is to take the handle of a broom. My least preferred option because it's kind of, I don't know, the black screams plastic and cheap. I could paint it, I could put fabric around it, so we could find something to go around it also to match the style. But because we're not sure if this is going to be successful, I want to have this as a backup plan. It's inexpensive, so we're just going to get all the supplies that we need here and then try the other dollar store after dinner. We made a pivot on the way to dinner to stop at Lowe's because we have ideas for the hallway light. We're not entirely sure what we're going to do yet, but one thing's for sure.
Put a dimmer on it.
We are such a sucker for dimmers. We love being able to create a calming environment, so you're not just walking into a room and it's just like sterile blasting your eyeballs. So we have a couple different ideas about flushed LED light or about some Edison style bulbs. No, we're trying to decide which light to put in our hallway. We met Lowe's #1 employee, Gil, who is the kindest man ever. Super interesting, and he's even an artist. Okay.
I worked for companies that were ahead of most computer companies out there. In the 1990s, I worked for a company that was like 13 years ahead of every computer company out there, Epic Systems out of Westboro, Mass.
All right.
And there's 2 of them there.
Well, this obviously we'll open it too later on. We will show all about this.
Subscribe.
Let's have a chat, shall we? We scoured all the Dollar Trees in our area, and none of them have beads. Earlier this evening, we went to several Dollar Tree locations in search of the items that we needed to gather to create the beaded curtain for the closet. However, after multiple trips, we found that none of the Dollar Trees had any beads, which puts us in a precarious position when we are trying to create a beaded curtain. So here's the deal, we're gonna pivot. I'm not giving up on my dreams of this beaded curtain closet thing that will more than likely happen this week. I need to just figure out where I can get the beads from. The rules were the Dollar Tree, but if we don't have any beads for the beaded curtain, that really makes it challenging. So I don't think that we failed this project. I'm really kind of bummed out. I was looking forward to the universe just presenting whatever was there and then having us go along with it. But unfortunately, there was nothing to be presented. That's okay, we will pivot. We are still going to install the LED light in the hallway because we have committed to doing something each week on this house, whether it's a big or small project, we're gonna get it done. So don't you worry, delivering quality content for you. It was more so just like, dang, where are the beads at, yo? Like, I've been to the Dollar Tree so many times and they always have like a hop-in arts and crafts section. The Dollar Tree, do not be sleeping on it. They have so many great things, but for whatever reason, tonight they just did not have beads. So the universe, it was not in the cards, but we will get it done. So let's head on to the hallway. Let's work on the light, because we need more lights and color in this color house. It's just a total vibe. We just want everywhere to just give good vibes. Just give you a hug. A very warm and inviting and loving house, and chill, hang out, like just exist, man. Okay, anyway, let's go. All right, let's change a light bulb. I'm providing light with the broken ring light from the back of the screen. You do what you gotta do.
How dusty it is.
The light that we decided to go with, we were between this and the Edison bulb, which would have been a cool vibe, but also this does so much more because it can be controlled from anywhere. It has voice control. You can schedule it to do stuff. Do we even need all this in a light? Oh, okay. So it's an exciting light. We're going to be able to really get some mood lighting in here. And then we went with classic black. There was also a silver option, but I didn't think that would be very nice. Especially we have a lot of gold accents and undertones. Not that silver and gold can't be mixed. I do that pretty frequently. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it for this yellow hallway. I could be wrong though. It's happened often. But here are some of the specs about this light. The good news is we can have regular light and we can have colored light. I assume we're going to have lots of colored lights up in here because it fits the brand. Anthony has gotten quite good at changing light bulbs now. This is the third change that we've done. The first was in the office. The second was in the gym. And now this third one is the hallway. Also installed the dimmer in the office, which is included in episodes 1 and 2 of this particular Color House series. If you're just stumbling upon this now and you've made it this far, thank you for hanging out. If you have no idea really what's going on, we are redoing and updating our colorful and quirky home that we bought 2 months ago. And now we have a whole series. This is going in sequential order from the house tour all the way up to this third room that we're working on now. So I'll send you back to the office episodes to check out the first time we did change a light bulb. There were actually 3 men doing it. You know, you can never have too many. You can never be too sure. We got that sorted out.
Remember, folks, at first you don't succeed. Try again.
That's a great motto for life. I will say it never works on the first try. Every time we've changed light, it's like the second or third try. So I think that we are doing very well. Can you explain to the viewers at home what you're up against, what you're doing, and why?
Yes, so it's taking us a little bit longer to get this connected because when it came to the white wires, there was 3 of them already twisted up together, whereas all the other things I switched to were just that one white wire. So I had to try to get the white wire on the light connected to them. So I needed to twist it around, but now I just have this one little thing I want to make sure I'm doing right before I turn the power back on.
Sounds like a solid plan to me. Moment of truth. Will the light turn on? What do you think, Anthony?
Yes.
Yeah, light number... Oh, it's got to be a setting.
Oh, it's a setting.
Light number 3, let's go. Ew, with that hand?
Oh, sorry.
You're wearing a glove and you touched me with it?
Yep.
Gross. No,
Right.
gross. In order for us to use this light to its full capabilities, we have an app for it. There's an app for that. What commercial was that? I don't remember. However, if you're not techie or you don't feel like it, you get the normal light with the light switch, as it was intended to be. We're living in 2026 over here. Our buddy Gil from Lowe's let us know that we can also use a dimmer with this, which I think will be really interesting if we have like vibrational lighting or the colors are changing, keeping it dim and being able to control that. That's pretty dope. I am very much into that. All right, let's get this baby cranking. Syncing up. Ooh. Our nephew Sammy is gonna love this.
Yeah, just get on the phone.
Especially, you can punk him and you can just be doing it from your phone and we could pretend like we're magic where we have no idea why it's happening. I love to punk a 3-year-old. It's on. Ooh. Ooh. Fun. Fun.
So much fun.
Especially with all these colors.
And then there's mood lightings.
What's volcano? Oh, where it changes? Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. So basically, depending on whatever mood we're in, we can just adjust the lighting. That's cool.
Ready?
Mhm.
And here we go.
Oh, very nice. All right, give it some color action.
On brand for the colorful house. Per usual, what do we always do?
Figure it out.
That's right.
We are having a small fire in our backyard for the first time since Christmas. Anthony shoveled out a pathway. I have been saving egg cartons and dryer lint and all of the good cardboard and good paper bags, not the ones that have that coating that make it go up in smoke, the bad kind of smoke, for this exact moment. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It was like 45 degrees, which is warm for us, and I'm looking forward to just enjoying some time in our fire pit. What do you think, Ant?
It's great. No wind, so we can get this burning hopefully sooner rather than later.
And now for the channel update. Last week, once we posted, we were at 95 subscribers, which put us 5 away from reaching the gauntlet. We're going to be donating 100 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to a local shelter or organization in need, and I am over the moon excited to say that we have officially hit that. As of this recording today, we are officially at 118 subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was obviously a very fun push to get there, but outside of the fun, it also represents something larger, and that is people wanting to do good and be part of something bigger than themselves. I'm so looking forward to kicking this off. I have gotten the proper arrangements set up. However, the snow has derailed a lot of the plans, but don't worry, it's coming. I am literally chomping at the bit to get this done, and you guys will be the first to know once it is completed, because it was thanks to your support that we could unlock this. Next week, I'll announce the new milestone that we're climbing towards, which honestly scares me a little bit, but that is the point of life. You got to take chances. You got to shoot your shot. You got to do fun stuff and do it with other people like you guys. So thank you again for being here. I'm so glad that you are enjoying this. We are continuing to learn new things around the house because of you tuning in and letting us know, and that's just cool. Thanks for kicking it with us this week, and I'll see you soon.